Coming to you from the Varsity Sports Bar and Grill on Beachmont Avenue in Anderson Township. It is a Friday edition. Friday, is it evening or afternoon? I'd say Friday evening.
Doesn't matter. It's Friday 13th, baby.
Friday evening edition of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast.
In October, Friday 13th.
Let's go ahead and crack a beer. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Carroll. You know, I saw something that made me laugh.
You saw your dick finally?
On the way here today.
Let's fucking zip your fly.
I was on the motorcycle. I had to run to the bank and make a couple other stops. And I'm on my way here. And I'm behind this car. It's a Kia.
Yeah, that is funny as shit.
And
Those things are still out there?
I pull up behind this car, and it's got you know those metal stickers that the dealers make and they put on the back of the car. I looked at it and I'm thinking, did that say what I thought it said?
What did it say, Dan?
And so the guy takes off. He stops at the next stoplight, and I got right up on his ass.
Oh shit!
And the ass end of the car.
Oh, okay.
And I looked at this.
He's getting better.
I looked at this little metal plate that he had back there, and it said "White Privilege Edition."
Oh shit!
It's a Kia Forte. It looked like it was, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years old. I was going to take a picture of it, but the windows were heavily tinted. I couldn't see who was inside, so I thought better of it. But that made me laugh. So there you go, Rob Herking. Starting the program off on a lighter note today.
Funny stories, Dan. That was awesome.
White privilege. I mean, that dude's out there to piss somebody off. You think?
I think he lives in Avondale.
Well, if he...
It's called a Vondelay, by the way.
Oh, is it?
And I love the fact that we set chairs up and then Rob moves them.
What'd I do? I didn't fucking move this thing at all.
You moved your chair.
I think Carol moved the fucking chair.
A Vondelay, Avondale.
It's a Vondelay.
No, he does not live in Avondale because the car was pretty much in one piece.
Jesus. How come I get shit?
That car spends a night in Avondale. It is not going to be one piece.
There weren't guns coming out the window sideways.
See, now you got me all fucking discombobulated. Hey, I'm Rob, by the way. Thank you for joining the podcast on October 13th. We're at 8112 Beachmont Avenue. If anybody wants to come up and join us on Monday. We're joined tonight by one Dan Carroll, who
Monday the 16th.
You heard
breast cancer awareness edition of the One More and I'm Out Here podcast.
We were going to get there in a second. I was going to introduce Kiefer real quick.
Picked up our special banners today.
You two fuckers don't even give a shit.
I was leading that way. Jason's in the house.
Hello.
Jason and I had a field trip day today. It was quite entertaining.
We did. It was like clandestine shit.
Oh hell yeah! It was fun shit.
If you checked our Instagram post, you saw us on the way to said work. Yeah. "Quote unquote" work trip.
Yes. And we saw our buddy Rex on the way out.
Well, I don't have that particular social media, so I have no idea what you guys did today.
Well, I'm just glad you can get on your computer today. That's fucking impressive.
I get on my computer every day.
Can we get a round of applause for that? All right, I'm the only one. That's great. So Keith and I, on the way back from our mission, we're driving down Clough Pike, and one Rex is pulling out of his neighborhood, and he looks at me 200 feet up. He goes, "Is that Rex?" I was like, "Yes, it is."
It definitely is.
We had a student driver in front of us, little girl in a red car, Bix driving school, local phenom, and a big truck behind us. But nonetheless, I jam on the brakes at the intersection of Rex's Street.
Almost went through the windshield.
With no stop sign. Jam on the brakes, honk the fucking horn as loud. I thought the airbag was going to deploy. That's how hard I hit it. And Kiefer and I immediately both serenade Rex with middle fingers out the passenger window. His head was down. He wasn't even paying attention. That is the reason they should take driver's license from people over the age of 60.
Was he looking at his cell phone?
I think he was looking at his dick. The world's funniest thing you saw today.
The timing couldn't have been any more perfect of me and Rob driving by his street.
Dude,
and that poor fucker, literally hearing a horn honk, two middle fingers.
Yes, he didn't know who it was at first, man. He was like, "Oh, I'm awake. I'm awake." It looked like a guy at White Castle at 2 a.m. waiting on the.
He thought it was being visited by the World Day of Jihadi, the World Day of Rage.
We'll get there, but speaking of October 16th, this coming Monday, make sure you guys get to the varsity. Honestly, the shit that we have seen that is in the works as far as the product goes. I mean, even if you hate us, The product is actually pretty fucking nice.
Do we still have that picture with all the?
No, there's more, Dan. That thing was a small microcosm of the amount of shit that's coming up here on Monday.
So now you're saying there is a wider array of items.
Did you say whiter?
Wider, more.
Oh, geez, I thought you were on your little theme there.
You're
with
dumb.
white.
We actually had a comment of where the link for the shirts is going to be. So
it's coming.
Yeah, there's the picture right there.
Rich is going to hook us up.
Yes. There is a shit ton of merch.
We've got some other stuff that
oh my
Rich,
God.
Rich is doing, but then we have other stuff that
Yes.
we've gotten a lot of requests for. So we will get all of that out there.
I cannot wait for Monday. It's going to be a great show. We're going to raise a lot of money awareness, and I came up with a new thing to raise some money depending upon alternatives. We got dropbacks, a little balloon toss, maybe. We'll see what happens. Big things to come on Monday, 5:30 p.m. 8112 Beachmont Avenue.
Dan has no idea what you're talking
And Dan,
about.
I'm saying
Well, imagine your ideas.
I'm saying 5:30 p.m. for your benefit. Get your ass up here at 5 at least.
I am on time.
Bullshit. You came in at 5:05 the day you did.
No, I was on time.
Ruling.
We'll be going.
I spoke to Jason on the phone earlier today. He told me the podcast was going to be
I was
bumped
sitting next to him when he
But when I say that, it still doesn't mean that you can bump it back.
Yeah.
Like you need to show up when the designated time is.
Put it this way, I went and peed at 5:15.
So
after being told
now I see we do not have co-equal branches of one morning out of here.
It's totally equal. I just know your time frame. I told you I might be a little bit late, but it doesn't mean that you can be late because I've had already set all of this up.
Experts, entertainment.
I still need you here.
But I brought in the banners.
Raffles
that we're not using today.
Oh my God, it's like fucking what movie is Jesus Christ, I can see it right now. The kids go see the dead body, fucking Stand By Me. It's like Vern with the fucking comb, Dan. Nobody needs a goddamn comb. I brought the banners.
Every podcast is like
you are Vern.
Every podcast with us is like the three stepbrothers at Christmas morning.
I brought the banners.
I wanted that present. No, I want that present.
We're going to have experts, entertainment, raffles, and split the pot, and more.
Well, while you guys were, out bumping around, flipping off wrecks.
No, we were working.
I was out.
I was working.
We were taking care of business.
Out running to the other side of town to pick up the banners.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Well, good work.
You know what Dan also got us, by the way, while we're on the topic of Dan's contributions to the show, Dan got us an on-air light. You remember that?
No, I didn't get that. I've had my trunk for a long time.
Everywhere.
He had it in his trunk forever. He had it in his trunk forever. A trunk that is encapsulated and protective from the elements. Now, last Saturday on our 40-degree fucking golf outing, Dan decides to put it in the back of Jason Kiefer's non-covered pickup truck bed.
I put it right on top of your golf clubs.
Yeah.
I figured when you took the golf clubs out, you would see them.
Well, you don't think
No.
it shifted
Well,
during the
I'm
drive?
driving. I didn't see the fucking box at all.
Well, it didn't fly out, did it?
No. But Jill went out of town. I was driving her car. My truck sat in the driveway for the last 5 days, and we caught 3 good days of rain.
Yes. And you didn't take your golf clubs out?
No, I took my golf clubs out, but I didn't see the fucking.
It was right there on top of your golf club.
It moved.
It.
Have you ever put the brakes on something on your front seat and it
Weird.
fucking hits the floor?
So I literally climb up on my bumper and look in, and I'm like, "Oh fuck! Somebody put trash in my truck." So I grab it, and I'm like, "Oh fuck me!"
Dan never told Kiefer that
It's probably still good though.
But I don't know. We'll find out. If not, you're buying another one. But I text Dan. I said, "Hey, did you by chance?" Because I knew he had the other on-air light.
Yep.
Did you by chance put that in? Oh yeah, I meant to tell you.
Well, that's a good time.
And guess what? You didn't.
I did. It slipped my mind.
Yeah.
Keith,
good work. Rob, sorry if I ruined your computer because I just spit beer
I tried to catch you. You were.
It's all good.
You were in the golf cart as I was putting my shit away.
Good Christ.
And I tried to catch you, but you took off too fast.
Oh my, yeah.
No,
the golf cart we were in did not go too fast.
No, it didn't.
Barely even fucking worked.
Griffin and I were passing you guys all day. Although I did throw him through the fucking front thing.
I will check the light tonight and see if it works. And then I will bring it Monday.
It's made in China. It's probably fine.
Yeah, it's probably just fine.
Yeah. Probably just fine.
I'm sure it spent more time on a fucking tanker on the way over here sitting outside the port. Keith, you got some of that shit dialed up. I got my dick kicked and neutered last weekend, but I'm gonna get out front of this one today only.
You jumping on the picks right now?
Today.
I'm gonna get it out of the way because I think we're gonna hit some serious shit because there's some serious shit going on in the world right now. And
So
I want to get the levity out of the way, the picks out of the way. Robbie the Tiger.
We're going to start.
Did you see the end of the West Virginia Houston game
We're
last
going
night?
to start with this one.
I did not. Yep. That was last weekend.
Houston wins it on a Hail Mary with time running out.
That's like a Kia
No time left on the
fucking
clock.
car alarm right there. Remember that?
West
button?
Virginia scored a touchdown with like 12 seconds left to play.
Can you mute him for a second?
Then Houston gets the ball back. Hail Mary, like 50-some yards. Guy
Oh,
catches it. They win the game.
No, I heard
Unbelievable.
that. I heard that on every
Very cool.
sports channel today. Thanks, Dan.
I'm just saying. It was
I
a
know.
good game.
I know you were
It was a
just
hell of a
saying. That's
game.
why we were asking to mute.
We're getting ready for Robbie's
Let me get the picks.
picks.
Neutered last week. Robbie the Tiger, brought to you by Robbie the Tiger, drinking the tiger's blood. Yeah. He's got his roar back, bitches.
You might.
I say that doesn't come back until he actually wins a few.
We'll see how it goes Monday.
Sit and wait. Here's the picks. All right. So I looked at a lot of shit. Nothing starts till noon tomorrow. So you don't have to worry about the 10 o'clock game of the night with Colorado. We got Iowa State at University of Cincinnati. UC is given 5.5. It is homecoming weekend down here in the Natty. Over under is 43.5. Cannot wait. There's a cyclone in town during homecoming weekend. But I believe in my Bearcats. I am a graduate, a proud graduate of UC. I spent some time there. I'm taking the UC covering the 5.5, and I'm also going to take the fucking over at 43.5. Florida at South Carolina. I normally don't touch my beloved Gators because I am a fucked up individual in the head, and I love Florida equally. I actually was the
They
asshole.
always let you down, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Except for Tennessee. I'm actually the fucked up individual that graduated from UC, went to the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans when UC was playing Florida, and wore Florida shit over top of UC shit just in case. So yeah.
You piece of shit.
I know.
You're a piece of
pretty
shit.
bad. Florida at South Carolina. Everybody knows Dan's the only one that is a fan of the Cox. So I'm taking Florida, and they're getting 2.5. They're in South Carolina. I'm staying away from the 50.5 over under on this one. Florida beating Tennessee and the Cox losing to Tennessee is what swayed me on that pick. And the fact that Dan loves cock. Georgia at Vandy. This is interesting. Georgia kicked the fuck out of UK, which was surprising last weekend. And that was one of my neutering fucking picks. Georgia had an impressive win last week at UK, but Georgia has a tendency to get off the accelerator when they play the doormat teams. However, Vandy's always been a doormat team in the SEC, but I don't think they are anymore. With Georgia given 31.5 fucking points, 31.5 in Vandy. I like Vandy getting 31.5. I would book that one, Dano.
Oh, that's tough.
USC at Notre Dame. I don't like this game, but I did fucking bet it. Why not? Because it increases the payout on a $20 fucking bet. This line's been moving all fucking week and nobody knows why. Now, I did watch video footage of USC before they flew to South Bend practicing.
He's an analyst now.
You remember when they were doing, no, I seriously was on ESPN. They were showing them, they had squirt bottles, like the fucking bug spray shit or the grass weed killer with water. And when the receivers were catching passes and the punt returner and kick returner were catching shit, they were spraying them in the face with water. So I'm assuming it's going to rain in South Bend tomorrow. I don't know. But nonetheless,
It's the butthole of America anyway. So
It is,
probably
it
will
is.
rain.
the line's been moving all week. Notre Dame's given 2.5. The over under 60.5. USC fucking railed me in the ass last week. It's a great rivalry. Anybody and everybody's going to be watching this game, even if you're anti-Catholic, you're an atheist. I don't give a fuck. If you hate California, you're still going to watch the fucking game. I'll be watching it.
It's all encompassing.
But I'm taking the over 60.5. That's what I'm taking. And because we're in Cincinnati and everybody that is driven up and down 71 is an Ohio State fan. Fucking hate Ohio State.
I've driven up and down 71. I'm not a big Ohio
I'm
State
not
fan.
either. I'm
No,
not
Dan
either.
hates Ohio.
But I just like it. I have to pick them because everybody fucking roots for Ohio State. Now, the great thing is
I'm a
Ohio's-
Buckeye fan, so fuck off.
Ohio State's playing Purdue. Both are vocational colleges. Purdue vocation is engineers. Ohio State are fence post installers. OSU's given 19.5 and the over is 51.5. I fucking hate both teams. OSU hasn't played anyone other than Notre Dame, and that was tight. Purdue was the doormat of the Big Ten, kind of like Vandy.
But fucking won.
Kind of like Vandy. Purdue was the doormat of the Big Ten. I like the over because someone's going to be let down and someone's offense is going to be prolific. So take the fucking over, the over at 51.5. Book it, Dano, again. I bet $20 on this motherfucker. I'll show you the ticket. $20 bet on that parlay pays $935. And guess what? You'll be done by Saturday. You don't have to bet on Sunday to catch up because I got my balls back. Simba developed the roar, baby.
We will see. We will see. We will give the lion roar on Monday.
Yeah. It'll.
Well, what does he get right now, though?
Nothing.
Fuck off.
You know,
Dan.
get the little kitty cat.
He'll
Little
get
kitty cat sound.
He'll get.
I've already been emasculated. I've got the lion roar.
We'll see. Hopefully Monday you do get the lion roar.
This segment brought to you by Robbie the Tiger, who enjoys March 1st Brewery Astra Tigers.
Can you write all that down so I can follow along?
Or
during
you
the
can
course of the
just,
weekend?
for the first time in your life, listen to the fucking podcast and write it down yourself, Dan. How about them apples, Tiger?
No, you could write it down. I am not going to write it down. I can tell you that much.
All right, for those of you, keep that's all I got as far as levity goes, entertainment shit. Other than I can't wait for the titty balloon contest. And
Instead of a water balloon toss, we're gonna toss.
yeah,
We're gonna toss the breast implants that were delivered to us.
yeah. The doctor doesn't show up. We're gonna do a fucking $20 buy-in per team, breast implant like a water balloon toss. And the last team winning, or
What if
last
they
team,
break?
fucking, it's not ours.
If they break from just giving it a little toss, then you probably don't want that in you anyway.
Yeah, you got to keep catching it.
Because I tend to bat them like a cat.
Yeah, what if
pretty
you're into
hard.
BDSM and shit?
So if they
Dano?
bust, then that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, whoever it could be 100 yards in the parking lot, back and forth. If you're
You
still
remember-
catching it,
You remember the
win.
water balloon toss? Like
They've
you
got
start
it, yeah.
5 feet away, and then you go like another 5 feet, and then another 5
So the
feet.
breast implants have to withstand the rigors of everyday use.
Well, the
yeah.
people have to learn how to catch them
well, I'm just
if
saying.
you want to get into money.
What I mean, I'm sure people with breast implants have auto accidents. Can you imagine that? I'm sure they're built for comfort and speed.
Last time President said Rob should wear a bra with him in.
I actually have thought about it.
Wasn't there a huge lawsuit over the breast implants leaking?
They were leaking. It was the
And it turned out not to be true. But
no, I think they were leaking because one girl's titty got small. I actually have a friend of mine
a
who
pretty famous case. You should
had I don't know
have some familiarity with it.
if I was into fucking medical malpractice with titty implants. I had a friend of mine actually that had a hole in hers. Hers ruptured, and you could honestly see the difference and feel the
Well,
difference.
yeah. Well, you don't want that. Whatever the substance is inside.
Well, it's
leaking
kind of
into
like
your body.
I mean, it's like
Well, I do remember them where they changed what the substance was,
yeah, it was
inside.
fuck. It went to saline. It was
I can't remember what it was, but yes,
because they were talking about it causing cancer. It was
It was like 10W30. Wasn't it something like that?
that's WD
let me,
double D.
let me break it down for
10.
you, Dan. If you want to know,
WDD.
if you want to know what a leaking breast implant feels like,
No, I don't.
Imagine-
I do not want to know what it feels like. I'm
Imagine-
just saying, there was a big lawsuit about it.
imagine touching your ball sack at 18 and then now. I mean, it's very saggy and not filled with anything.
Makes no sense
Sure does.
at all.
It's a hell of an analogy.
In your mind, it does. Which we've talked about this over the last couple of days of the shit that goes on in your mind.
I've been there and I'm okay with it.
By the way, I do want to give a shout out to Vicky Herking,
Oh,
Robert's mother. I got to meet her today for the first time.
Wow.
And with it being the first time meeting her, I didn't bring this up, but the next time I see her in person is I'm going to give her a big hug and be like, this is what you should have done to Rob his whole life. You
She
should
never
have hugged
raised me.
You should have hugged him more.
She's my biological mother. I was raised in foster care.
You should have hugged him more because he
I'm
is messed
joking,
up
Mom.
because you did not do
Mom, if you're watching, I'm not fucked up because of that. I'm fucked up for other reasons.
that. Vicky Herking, was great to meet you today. Finally.
You do know Vicky Herking hit a fucking Walgreens. right?
Yes, I'm
Right.
well aware.
Just
I know,
making
but you're sitting here cracking on her.
no, I'm not.
No,
Oh.
Kiefer is.
Well, here's
I'm cracking on her
You should-
because of what she produced, and she should have hugged him more.
I love it.
That's why he's so fucked up.
Could have been worse,
God.
Mom. You could have had Fetterman.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good segue.
Although, well, can I seg back real quick?
All right, no.
We get out of the car at my mom's house and I look at Keith and I'm like, fuck, I swear to God, there were shrubs here at one point in time. Maybe not, because the grass looked great. We get inside, we're talking to my mom, and I'm like, weren't there shrubs out there? She's like, yeah, I took them out about 2 years ago. I was like, fuck.
So it's been 2 years since you've been to your mom's house?
No, it hadn't been 2 years. It's just been 2 years since I parked on that side of the fucking driveway and had to get my feet caught in that shit.
And meanwhile, we're in the driveway. He goes, "Is this my fucking mom's house?"
I know. I almost bypassed it. I slammed on the brakes. And
All I
whipped
can
in.
do is shake my head.
So it has been a while since you visited.
No,
Mom.
I know how to get there. I don't know what the address
yeah.
is all the time. So she could have hugged me a little bit more, but I didn't turn out like Fetterman. And I think Kiefer has some footage. I had the article. I was going to talk about it, but Fetterman speaks for, I think, everybody in the United States because he's such a learned man. Isn't he? He's Mensa.
You all should need to know that America is not sending their best and brightest, to Washington, D.C. Yeah.
What's ironic?
Don't you think?
Like sometimes you literally just can't believe, these people are making the decisions that are, determining the government here. It's actually scary too.
What a
You all
fucking
need to
ass
know
clown.
that America is not sending their best
What
and
a
brightest, to
fucking-
Washington,
He's
D.C.
a complete and utter ass clown.
I thought he had a Gorbachev thing on his head, but it was a mark on my computer screen. It was dirt. Yeah, he's a fucking nut job. I read that yesterday, and I'm like, well, what the fuck did he just say? Him of all people. I love it.
Did you see he gave Colbert a Carhartt fucking hoodie?
Oh my god.
He was like, "Hey, I got a present for you."
Didn't Colbert give him a tuxedo shirt
Yeah, tuxedo T-shirt.
with a hoodie or no?
No hoodie. These fucking idiots and people like him. We're not sending the best and brightest to Washington, D.C.
Here's a guy that can't be bothered to put on a pair of fucking pants to go and do business on the floor of the Senate. And he's sitting there cracking on his colleagues on Capitol Hill. Look, I know the guy has had a stroke. I know he
So have you, and you're doing well.
was treated in the hospital for depression. But if he's going to go out there and do shit like that, but I would also wager that joke was written for him by one of the writers on the Colbert Show.
I'm sure it probably was.
I would wager that was written for him. But if he's going to go out there and do that kind of shit, the gloves are coming off.
Yeah.
I am no longer taking it easy on this dude. And he just
have we?
Yeah, I was
We
going to say,
really
when the
have.
fuck did we have a meeting
That
that
guy's
said,
the
"Take it
biggest
easy"?
fucktard I've ever fucking seen on a camera.
I've tempered some of my
Outside of
comments
robbing
because
you.
I know he's had a stroke. I know he's not all mentally there. I mean, this is a guy who makes Joe Biden look bright. I mean,
Jesus Christ, he might
Did you
be
just
smarter
have a
than
stroke?
you. Holy fuck!
No,
I'm just saying.
And with that interview, he had an iPad sitting in front of him
Well, sure he did.
that would literally like help him be able to like formulate fucking words.
Yep.
There was an iPad sitting, and I don't know if you saw it on the video. I'm not going to play it again, but there was an iPad sitting there that was voice recognition to like where he could formulate what the fuck he needed to say. Oh, having a teleprompter as you're a guest. I mean, Johnny Carson for how many years had how many guests? Did they need a fucking teleprompter? No, they're sitting there having a conversation. This motherfucker, this robot, needed to be told what to say.
He used a tablet to transcribe Colbert's questions during the interview. No, he didn't. He used a tablet like a fucking screen in front of Biden or that Dan's girlfriend, St. John Pierre or whatever.
Corinne Jean Pierre.
There
She's
you
not
go,
my
there you go.
girlfriend.
I don't know.
Drinking
She's the
Bros
White
call her
House
Jean-Luc Picard all the time.
Whatever her fucking name is. I do like this though.
But that soundbite is going to be out there for a long, long time.
What's on the internet? It's true, and
It'll be out there forever.
last
correct.
known president.
And when this
Fetterman's-
guy starts, and he will do some stupid shit coming down the road. And when he does, guess who's pulling out that soundbite?
Fetterman's
guy right
mom should have swallowed. I don't, you kind of wish back in the day they came up with RU-46. It's sad that it's a recent phenomenon, isn't it?
Well, I completely agree and concur in the fact that guy
Yeah.
doesn't know shit from fuck.
You can say Shinola. I like that saying. I mean, that's an old
That's
one.
that's an old.
Aged. It's very aged.
That's a Ozarks.
Kind of like
I don't know shit from fuck. It's an Ozarks staying.
I mean, the guys, he's a total disgrace, a total embarrassment.
Anybody that lives in
To be
Pennsylvania,
called a senator.
anybody that lives in Pennsylvania should be ashamed of himself.
Well, he's cracking on his own constituents. If he should include himself among not the best and the brightest.
Well, I think
And what
he
he's
did,
really
didn't
saying is that the American people, the voters, are so stupid
he? I don't think he
that
said
they're
it.
sending people like him to Congress.
He didn't say except for me. I think he did include himself.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either.
If you dissect the statement, I'm sure he didn't in his head based upon what was written on his iPad. They should have fucking wrote that. Except for me, we're
Then
not
he's
spending
saying,
the best.
"Yeah,
money."
look at what a fucking numbnut I am, and you guys sent me to Congress."
Yeah. So how dumb are you fucking people?
They didn't send him. They sent him to the Senate, not the House. That's
Well,
more
the
prestigious.
Senator is part of Congress.
I don't even know why the Commonwealths get a fucking senator. They're not a state. This is horseshit. We've talked about this on this show. The four of them should be dropped in the fucking ocean. They're given nothing.
Become a state
Yep.
or leave.
Yeah. Join the union.
Ba, ba, ba.
No, I don't want Kentucky dropped in the ocean
Why?
because that's where bourbon comes from, and I don't want that to happen.
Oh, sure.
Oh, you selfish son of a bitch.
They got the jelly.
I'm messing with
It's
you.
don't-
not just me.
You don't think they'll move it to Tennessee?
There are
Goddamn.
millions upon millions of God-fearing Americans who enjoy bourbon, and I'm sure they don't want Kentucky to be dropped into the abyss either.
I agree.
I agree.
I'm
too.
with you.
I'm with it. I like their jelly. It's fucking phenomenal shit. It solves
Fucking-
everything.
Okay, why jelly? Oh, that's fun.
It's actually made in Pennsylvania, the fucking Commonwealth up there. Remember, we looked that shit up.
He fucking Fetterman lubes himself up with it.
You probably had some on your toast this morning, didn't you?
You know,
KY jelly.
is that what you're calling my dick right now, Dan? Toast?
But what a absolute fucktard that guy is.
Yeah.
And anybody that voted for him, and if we lose some listeners, if we have listeners in Pennsylvania, watchers, I don't care. Fuck off.
Yep.
You guys are dumb for letting that stupid fucking idiot represent you. Now, we have our own issues in Ohio, and I get it. We're trying to work on those
At
things.
least in Ohio, we haven't sent anyone that brain dead
Right.
to represent us in the Senate,
We just put them on this podcast.
Congress, and Senate.
All three of us. They were going to send us to Congress, but fuck it. Just put them on a podcast. Give them a podcast.
Yeah.
That'll entertain them.
You give us free internet
Three
airwaves. Guess
fucktards
what?
doing a podcast is not the same as being in the
A
Senate.
ball of yarn.
Right, wrong, or different. We're going to talk.
Did I bring up the fact that I mastered?
But I didn't go into politics. I'm not a politician. I'm just a dumb fucking fireman
So
that
you
wanted to get my shit out there.
So you didn't sell out and lie for a living?
No.
All right. Good for you.
Trying,
Yes.
locking it down.
Sure is. Did I bring up the fact that I mastered how to control TV2 out there? The big screen out front where our podcast on the 16th is going to be. I can control the big screen. I did last Sunday and I couldn't get it off.
Oh, you should have sent me the video. I would have
Oh,
played
fuck.
it.
You singing?
Yeah.
Can I send it right now?
Yeah, send it
Oh,
to me.
fucking Christ. So
We'll figure it
Keith,
out. I don't care.
Tuesday night was music trivia and then karaoke night. Karaoke with our friend Glenn, whose garage we have spent some time in.
When we have done live broadcast out
Okay.
front, we have tried to lock into the TV to have our logo behind us, like almost like this TV here. And it would always go into sleep mode, whatever. Well,
Text or email.
email.
right.
Rob finally
I
figured
couldn't
out
get that
how
one.
to get this fucking TV where he could lock it in on his phone and
Basically-
share his phone.
Basically, I can take over every fucking TV in this place until, except for that one, until Tuesday,
Wow.
and then
Rob can control the TV.
So it started with a friend of ours.
Are you
who-
drunk? You drunk with power now, or what?
No,
it
I
sta-
can control the television.
but it started with a friend of ours, Dr. Scott,
yes,
where Rob was they're watching a football game, and then Rob would switch the TV to like weird. He's a radiologist and weird fucking X-rays. So we're sitting across the bar, and we just see them looking at each other. And there might be a fucking shampoo bottle up somebody's ass or whatever. And they had no idea where it was coming from. Well,
then we switched to,
Scott gave you a bunch of weird.
he's playing
That's
fuck
funny
games
as
over
shit.
there.
and then we switched to kittens playing with a ball of yarn with Eric, another guy that comes up here. Just fucking entertaining shit. Did you get it? I don't know. I'm gonna try to airdrop it to you. Fucking nobody's here. What's that? I don't think that's mine. So I'm gonna airdrop this, but this is great. So Keith, I'm gonna try to set it up. Kiefer is singing karaoke.
Let me see if I can.
And I grabbed control.
You did karaoke the other night
Yeah.
after I left.
After you left.
Oh man,
You left too early.
little brown-eyed girl.
Ooh.
It
Yeah,
might
it
have
was
been-
Brown Eyed Girl.
It might have been Brown Eyed Boy based on
It's,
the guys in the background.
I don't think I can pull that one up, that format. But anyway, keep talking.
Nonetheless, Kiefer is in front of the big screen TV where Glenn sets up, and he's singing. Glenn built him as the fireman. So what do? I Google a video of shirtless firemen, like scantily clad
was
firemen for a
fucking
calendar
hilarious.
shoot. And he didn't know it at first, but it's playing.
Well, I knew you were doing dumb shit. I
Every-
mean, let's be honest. I've known you long enough. I
but
knew
you didn't
were
know
doing dumb shit.
you didn't know it was hitting that fucking TV
No, I did. I absolutely did. I just chose to not turn around and look.
until the segment I just sent.
So
That's
you
the
can
first
control the
time.
TVs with your phone?
Yes.
Jesus
Yes.
Yeah, the MOV file won't work.
Oh fuck. All right.
That's all right.
It was phenomenal.
I'll put it on our Instagram. I don't give a shit. I think it was funny as hell.
And well, who was it? The last one that it actually choreographed it quite nicely. Fuck, I can't remember who was singing. Somebody was singing, and it matched up.
Oh, it was Leela, and she was singing the song from The Lion King.
Oh,
He
shit,
pulls
and
up
I
the
pulled
Lion
it.
King cartoon right behind, and it was dead on.
It was phenomenal. I thought I was great. It was masterful. Shit, fuck.
I will get the video. I'll put it on our Instagram. I don't give a
I just
shit.
tried it again as an attack.
I'm the songbird of our generation, in case you weren't aware. I don't care what's going on behind me.
Yeah, think of that annoying bird at 5.
See what I
in the
did
morning
there,
when you're
Rob? You
trying
didn't
to
even catch
sleep
on
in.
to it. You're slacking.
I was trying to fucking email it again. So we have fun up here on Tuesdays. Come on up and watch Kiefer sing with Now That I Can Master the TV.
Dan sang.
Oh, that's right. You did sing before you left. I think they call that singing.
Dan killed it.
Little Garth Brooks, little Willie Nelson. Good stuff.
Fucking nailed it.
I don't think anybody knew who in the fuck it was, Dan. I mean,
Dan, yes, they did. They absolutely did.
I'm not concerned with what you really think about anything.
Rob wasn't sure whether he was here or not.
we got a comment card box full of people saying, "Don't let Dan sing anymore." So it's not just me.
Again, I'm throwing a flag. I'm calling shenanigans.
Did you get that? No, it's not fucking going through. God damn it.
That's
All
all right. I'll put it on Instagram. Check our Instagram page out, and I will totally post that because I don't care.
It is entertaining. Let's get into some serious shit because some serious shit's going around in the world. And it doesn't involve groomers, Dan. Don't even fucking spin it to groomers. You hear me?
You're the one who brings it up every single podcast.
I just bring it up to make sure you're not going to bring it up.
When the subject is in the news, I will bring it up. But what
It's
is in
not.
the news today is the commander in chief, and it pains me to have those words escape my lips whenever I talk about Joe Biden.
My mom.
He was in Philadelphia today and almost fell going up the stairs. Do we have that?
That's what you wanted to talk about. That's
I was
the
trying to-
major
Well,
topic in the fucking news.
No, this is how I want to lead into what you want to talk about. Some serious shit going on.
I was trying to figure out which one you were going with. So yeah.
Let's start with that one where he almost did a face plant walking up the steps today.
The visual of power. Oh yeah. No.
And then he does what every normal person does, though. Even though I don't want to give him any credit. Ooh, did anybody see that?
Try and act like he meant to do that. Yeah,
Are those transition glasses? I wonder. They look nice.
waving to the 30 people who were there to see him.
I mean, I have totally done that. Almost ate shit like in the fire apparatus bay, fucking almost fall, and you're like, oh fuck. We have cameras everywhere, so I'm like, oh, I need you to go back and pull that camera footage up because I'm curious how bad I looked.
But here we are. As we speak, you've got Israeli troops and Hamas
that wasn't what I was talking
exchanging gunfire. Is that not what you're talking about?
about. No.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about the baseball playoffs. No, I'm fucking joking. It's Israel.
Nah. So Hezbollah has now attacked the Israeli military.
They are from Lebanon, which is north.
I mean, the shit is hitting the fan. And here's what Joe Biden thinks is the most important thing in the world right now. Hold on, I'm doing it, Jason.
I don't know which one you want. You sent me 3 at the last minute. So
I know.
Yeah, you did. I'll vouch.
Is it this one? Maybe.
What does it say? Let's see. So where it talks about climate change?
No, that's the one you want?
Yeah.
Fuck.
How do we get to climate change?
Well, that's because Joe Biden. Yeah, anyway.
You can't think about it.
Can't think about it.
Motherfucker
It
can't think about
didn't,
it.
I didn't even play the right one. So
No, that is the right one. He's talking about
no, it
climate
didn't
change.
go out. It didn't go out to the fucking
Oh,
feed
okay.
because you give me shit at the fucking last minute.
I know.
It
Well, I
was the
didn't see
last minute.
Oh, you want
Oh,
shit?
L'Oreal.
You want makeup?
Can I throw a couple things out, Dan, real
God
quick,
damn it.
Go ahead.
without interruption? Is that all right? I want to say Kiefer and I took
I'll
my
just sit
son.
back and drink beer.
Listen, this is into what you're wanting to talk about.
I'm listening.
Kiefer and I took my son up to Montgomery Inn Original, where our friend Jeff Linda works on a Friday night. Well, no, Thursday night. My bad. Tonight's Friday night. Fuck. I feel like Biden. We took him up there last night and to get a job, hopefully, fingers crossed. And he was asking us questions in regards to Israel and Palestine because apparently teachers are talking about it. And my impression was there was a little bit of anxiousness or anxiety or concern or worry. I equate it to back in the 80s when I was growing up and I was about that age. You know, the nuclear war, you had the Cold War, Russia, America, nuclear weapons are going to decimate everything and get underneath your desk type of bullshit, which isn't going to do anything, to be honest.
Rocky 4.
Yeah. I mean, just fucking the anxiousness. And he was peppering us with questions, which I thought was great. I like the dialogue.
And he was very astute in the questions that he was asking. I was actually impressed.
But it's not the only one I've heard from, child-wise, and other people as well, that are expressing concern in regards to what's going on with Israel and Palestine, why, and what it's going to lead to. And I thought it was a great point because 6 days ago, Dan? You're on top of it. When did Hamas invade or start bombing?
It's going to be 1 week ago tomorrow.
So that'd be 6 days today, 7 days tomorrow, right?
They came in on a Saturday and started, they were using paragliders to go across the border. They went to a dance party, a rave that was happening out in the desert and just mass murdered the young people that were there. They went to these kibbutz or kibbutzes or kibbutz is how you say them. And they're these small communities of Jewish people out fairly remote from urban areas. And they went door to door, slaughtering people there, killing men, women, and children.
See, but the Palestinians
cutting the
would
heads
say
off
that
of
is
babies.
bullshit that the Israelis are good at media manipulation, and that's all bullshit. How do we know
that happened?
How do we know?
How do we know? The video is out there.
I'm just
the
saying.
First-hand accounts of survivors are out there.
I've read the stories about and seen this video of Palestinians that are saying it's not true. Palestinians in America know it's not true. They had their day of ravageness or
no,
war.
it's not. People who support
I know I'm joking.
Hamas, people who
people
support Palestine, they want that sort of thing to happen.
Yes.
They
do.
How can you have so-called educated people in all these colleges?
They're not in D.C., according to Fetterman.
Well, they're everywhere. They're at George Washington. They're at Harvard. They're at all these other schools. And they are saying that Israel is to blame for
they started the war.
Some of the worst terrorist attacks we have seen that I've probably seen in my lifetime. This is the equivalent. It's the equivalent and beyond of September 11th that happened here in the United States.
Can I indulge our audience real quick with a paragraph? Just a little bit of background so we can carry a dialogue. I mean, it's short. Israel and Palestine, the land they are fighting over is the size of fucking Vermont. All right. Picture that. Palestine was the name of the region along the eastern Mediterranean Sea that came under British administration after World War I. So we're talking what, 1919? It came to denote the territory between the Mediterranean Sea and the Jordan River, while the lands east of the Jordan River became known as Transjordan. Surprisingly fucking nice. Israel is the name of a state which was established in Palestine in 1948 for the Jewish people. Guess who did that? Us. Well, some say the UN. Well, that was us. Both names are ancient in origin. Another term, the Palestinian territories, refers to areas of Palestine known as the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. The West Bank and the Gaza Strip were the areas of Palestine that remained under Arab control after the Arab-Israeli War of 1948 to 49. So we established fucking Israel in 48, and they get in a fight. The territories were later captured by Israel in 67, but were never brought under Israeli civil law. An agreement in 93 between Israel and representatives of the Palestinian people. Is that the Oslo? I can't remember what year. Yasser? Maybe we'll get there in a second. I can't remember. But that process wasn't completed. Israel is an independent state governed by a form of parliamentary democracy. This is the important part. The Palestinian territories have some level of autonomy. The West Bank is governed by the Palestinian Authority, a self-governing body established after the 1993 agreement with Israel. And the Gaza Strip is governed by Hamas, a very benevolent organization that gives to children freely and makes sure everybody has Christmas presents. Joking, militant movement that until recently rejected the nation of a two-state solution. Basically, it's two people, Jews and Palestinians. They both want to control their own future, seek the ability to live in peace, freedom, and security. But guess who's not abiding by that? Both Jews and Palestinians were expecting to establish self-government in Palestine when the Ottoman rule came to an end. Just a shit show. Everybody picks a side. Well, guess what we had today? We have Hamas that flung, 6 days ago, almost 7 tomorrow, right, Dano? Hamas slinging shit over bombs and shit into Israel. Israel retaliates, strikes back after the beheading and the killing of Israelis as well as Americans and others by retaliating. But Israel is blamed for it. And then, Hezbollah, which is from Lebanon, another terrorist organization, starts jumping in shit against Israel. Isn't it fucking great? Here's the other thing, too. Here's how fucked up the United States is, thanks to Biden. Because this subsequent shit started because of Biden. The first one I'm going to give you is USA aid to Israel. In 2022 was $3.18 billion. All right.
What are we paying them for?
98% of it is military. You know what we're paying for? We talked about it in the car last night. Well, there's going to be a war in the Middle East somewhere. We're either going to be fucking at war with China, some Islamic country, Russia. We need their fucking Vermont to land our planes and shit and base troops. So we got that. But here's the fucked up thing, Biden, you cocksucker. When he was elected, he reinstituted aid to Palestine. You know how much we gave him in 2022? $500 million. And we gave Iran $6 billion. Thank God. Qatar now recently agreed.
$148 million went to Palestine areas just 1 week before the attack took place.
You can't. Sorry, Rob.
No, it's good. No, go ahead. I mean, it's fucked up.
You cannot tell me that that the Israelis didn't know that this shit was going to happen, and that our government, our military, who is supposed to be, the fucking browbeaten badass motherfuckers with all the intelligence that we have, didn't know that this was going to fucking happen. And oh wait, we're a year out of a fucking election. That's strange.
Yeah.
There are so many things that fucking line up, conspiracy theorist or not, whether I am, I don't know. But you can't tell me with all this money that's being fucking shifted hands back and forth. But to your point of what we were talking about last night, what are we paying fucking Israel? We pay Israel fucking money every fucking year. Why? And we give them shit. We give them fucking fighter jets. We give them fucking munitions. What are we paying them for?
You want me to speculate?
By all means.
All right. We created Israel in 1948, and it was a result of the atrocities committed by Germans in World War II. Well, since then, there has been a migration of Jews back to Israel from all over the world. Every country has Jewish people. We have Jewish people that contribute a lot of money to political organizations, PACs, political parties, and politicians. That is why we give a shit ton of money. But I go back to, secondarily, it is the only non-Muslim country within that area, and it is encapsulated by Muslim countries. I'm going to point out a couple things real quick, historically biblical. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jews studied the Torah, which is technically the Old Testament of our Bible as Christians. Christians started with Jesus in zero. Fucking Muslims, 800 years later, you had Muhammad jump on a mountain. It's better than fucking Christian Scientists who we've talked had driver's license on their leader, L. Ron Hubbard, and a birth certificate. And Joseph Smith, as a Mormon in the 1800s, lives in track of the fucking fake gold plates. But we pay them no shit, honestly, because of the amount of Jewish people in our country, the prominent positions they're in our country, the amount of money they have, and we carved out Vermont in the middle of a sandbox, and we can attack every corner of that fucking sandbox with our troops and planes because they are an ally of ours. And if we quit fucking around and just take the handcuffs off them, let them fucking take out Iran, take out Iraq, they have the ability. They have our F-35s
They
and the other shit.
absolutely have the ability.
They got
That's the
nukes, and
thing.
Mossad's fucking unbelievable. They're better than the CIA.
And they will go after you tenfold.
Yeah.
You fuck with our people, we're coming after you tenfold. And one of the big questions, and we get this, every time we get involved in a conflict, you always hear why is the U.S. the police of the world? To have to come in and I understand we have allies, and you support your allies and this and that. And I'm fairly ignorant to this, and I've got no qualms saying that. I've been watching and trying to read up. It's just a fucking lot for me to try to formulate, but all of this bullshit, when you bring it onto the American soil where everyone has the right to protest, and I get it, as long as you're doing it the right fucking way, do it. But when you've got a call to arms from the Palestinians, you need to be out on Friday, Chicago, New York, Boston, protest and do your thing, as long as you fucking do it right. But when you start creating issues, then it'd be no difference than us saying you got to support one more and I'm out of here. And everyone say fuck off. Now we start fighting. Like, that's not the right way to protest. So that's what scares me. And I'm taking some things from other podcasts that I listen to that I feel like we're in tune as far as, the way I lean or, whatever. But there's going to be some bad shit that happens here on stateside. And that's what fucking scares me.
Dan, what are your thoughts? You're pretty quiet. Oh, by the way, somebody pointed out
just taking all this in.
The One More and I'm Out of Here news network. We didn't break it to you yet, but we didn't have time. You got here late. We're going to send you over to Israel. You're going to be our eyes on the street.
That's not going to happen.
No, you're taking the camera, motherfucker.
in a ballistic press vest.
No, fucking ballistic. No, Dan's going. Somebody was asking. They wanted me to go, but we volunteered you.
And Will Craig brought up a point. I've said this before. If people over in the Middle East stop fighting, then we have a bigger fucking problem, because that's biblical fucking Holocaust right there. Because they have fought for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah. And it's ingrained. I mean, they're gonna fight. That's all there is to it. I think any sort of solution that you try, any amount of money that you send is not going to keep them from getting at each other's throats.
How mad Zelensky right now because he's not getting any fucking money because it's all going over there.
Well, you talk about the money that's going out there, and I think the argument can be made that American taxpayers are going into debt, unbelievable amounts of debt, to finance both sides of this current shooting war in Israel.
Where's Charlie Wilson when you need him?
You know, there was so much reporting about when we withdrew from Afghanistan about and I don't know what the exact number is, but it's in the you know $80 billion range worth of weaponry, small arms, some fighter jets, some helicopters, different types of aircraft, military vehicles, all that stuff, uniforms, all that stuff was left behind. And in that case, the Taliban was the one who got a hold of it. And then when we had this insurgency over the weekend with Hamas coming across the border and killing innocent Israelis, a lot of the pictures that you saw there were American-made weapons. And where did those come from?
Russia.
And so,
China.
you know, a lot of people talk about the hostage swap that was done about a month or so ago. And there was a sweetener thrown in of $6 billion of Iranian money that had been frozen for some time. And, of course, Biden decided to release that. But when you talk about that $6 billion, you know, in some cases, that sounds like a lot of money. But it is really just the tip of the iceberg when you look at all the money that Iran has been bringing in from different sources because the oil embargo, or not embargo, but the sanctions on their oil production have not been enforced. And that has brought them, you know, between $75 and $100 billion. So the United States, especially under this administration, has been asleep at the wheel. And you talk about the intelligence failures. I can perfectly see how American intelligence didn't pick up on this and drop the ball on this because they spend all their time
in Commonwealths,
talking about intersectionalities and proper pronoun usage and
but see, I
gender equity
I completely
and all that
disagree
crap.
with you there.
That's right, but they spend all their time on that. The Israeli intelligence is the one I'm going to be very interested to see what the investigation turns up on that. How did Israeli intelligence?
We will never see that. We will.
You're probably right. We'll probably never get the actual.
But our American
truth
intelligence has, with all of the special ops people that we have working, whether it's computer.
No, I agree. We have the best intelligence in the world.
These motherfuckers
No,
knew.
we don't.
These motherfuckers knew.
Well, we should have. We have the money. We have the people. We have the equipment. But I'm saying
these motherfuckers knew, Dan. These motherfuckers knew it was going to happen. But also, we're a year out from a fucking election. They wanted to let it fucking go to where that way we can potentially be the fucking saviors. That's my opinion, purely my opinion, and I could be completely wrong, and that's fine because I'm fairly ignorant in most things. But there is no way that we don't know everything that's fucking going on. You'll get some shit that slides through the cracks, but these motherfuckers doing a coordinated attack in 8 different fucking cities along that line, paragliders fucking rolling in with fucking rifles on their back. Fuck off. There is no fucking way
they
that
got giant bulldozers out there and excavators tearing down the fence.
There's no fucking way that we do not know. With all the drones and shit that we have flying around the world, you can't tell me. And that's fine. I mean, I might be a complete and utter fucking moron, and you can tell me that, and it's fine. But in my mind, we're pretty in tune with what fucking happens, and we end up being the world police, and we get involved, but it's always around a fucking election, which is fucking horseshit.
Cincy 513 points out a point that I want to stand corrected on one thing. It might have been a generalization and wasn't intended as such. I'm not saying all Palestinians.
I think it was intended.
And I'm not mad at you.
Are Hamas supporters. I don't think that.
Agree on everything.
Just like, you look at whites. Not all whites are fucking racist. Not all. You pick it. Not all Mexicans are illegal. Not all Japanese people here don't speak English. I mean, there's fucking generalizations that could be made anywhere.
Dozo.
But
It's a little Japanese.
I will tell you this though. And there's Jewish people in Israel that are fucking evil and shitty ass fucking people too. You know, it happens everywhere. But Hamas runs the Gaza Strip. Hamas is a militant terrorist organization. I think we can kind of fucking agree on that. And Hamas is the one, not the, I don't even think they call it the PLO anymore, but the outside of Gaza are the ones that are doing the fucking attacks.
They were elected. They were elected by the people there.
Well, there's
how can that possibly happen?
So was Saddam Hussein.
Biden,
he was elected.
Hey, guess what? Biden was elected by the people here. Did you fucking vote for him?
It's
not everybody fucking voted for him, Dan. Just like not everybody elected Hamas.
There's no way Biden won that election.
Whatever. There was still fucking 40
fake, false, and phony.
40 million fucking
100%.
people. Even if you discounted the fake shit is not more than 10 million, 40 million people still fucking voted for him.
No, you're wrong about that.
Casey Anthony defense team says Joe Biden said all whites are dangerous and you should avoid all grocery stores this weekend.
Yes. But my point is,
love that.
I will say this for those fucking people out there though,
and Hitler was elected. 6513 just said Hitler was elected.
Yes.
Well, I know.
So
if you
doesn't make it right.
You people that want to move into these neighborhoods, no, we support these people. It's the high crime area. We just support them. We want to help them. And then you get fucking killed. Do you think if you're in Gaza right now? No, we stand as a white man. If I went to Gaza right fucking now, not a Muslim, not a Jew, and I'm standing there in Gaza Strip saying, I support the Palestinians. I support Hamas. You don't think I'm going to get fucking beheaded because I'm from America? They're going to know I'm from America. You got that pic, Keith, the one I showed? I mean, there's kind of a tandem fucking go. It's like a BOGO deal with Jews and Americans. So it doesn't really fucking matter for you people that want to go help
which
the
one
cause.
you want?
You could put either one up. I think the one had both of the flags. The other one had maybe one of them. You people over there, you people here, go fucking support them. If that's what you want. Death to America, death to Israel. Yeah, those look like all kinds of friendly motherfuckers right there. That is a generalization based upon the flag and the banner they're holding. I'm sure there's some people at home right now that probably didn't vote for Hamas, but nonetheless, there it is. Yeah, is that in America? Could be. I don't know. You can burn shit here. Go fucking try to stand with them in solidarity. And when somebody else is looking at your head rolling around on the fucking alley concrete, yeah, no, they had a good heart.
Well, I know, but you don't know how old those pictures are either, though.
They came.
I mean, this has been going on for decades.
Those were popped off a fucking article today, like 3 hours ago.
It doesn't mean they're current, but it doesn't matter.
But so what? You saying fucking Biden stole the election? That means it happened.
Ooh.
I'm not saying Biden stole the election. He's not smart enough to steal the election.
So somebody stole the election, but you don't know how.
Democrat Party operatives.
But you know for a fact those pictures were fucking decades ago.
I'm not saying we don't know how old those pictures are.
Are you fucking?
No, I get, but
that's the way they feel. That's the way they think.
But I know, but I'm saying, but the sentiment is the same.
Involved.
Whether that picture is 30 years old or 20 years old or 2 days.
It's always going to be that way.
But here's the thing,
and I didn't see any mustaches.
We're going to end up getting involved, which is going to in turn create a whole bunch of dissension here.
I say we go
on stateside, and it's very unfortunate what happened, and they need to fucking figure their shit out.
You know what they need? They need Jason Aldean. They need to have small towns over in that motherfucker. Get some small towns over there and try that motherfucker. Try that in a small town.
No, I mean, with Israel's military, I think they're going to handle their shit, but I don't understand why we have to fucking be involved in it.
Although,
but we're going to.
Didn't David slay
so
Goliath
far
with a rock?
I mean, we got a carrier group over there. So far, we're not.
We got multiple. You have multiple battle groups.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anything that says we're involved in it.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I think we'll know.
I think this is the beginning of
our
World War
money.
III.
Our money is involved in it.
Yes, and again, that in turn makes us involved.
Do you think
because guess what? We could be putting that money somewhere here stateside versus fucking supporting any other fucking people.
Was that part
support
of
our own people?
Was that part of the FEMA test that we had last week? You think that might have been part of it?
Remember
when all the
good
TVs
question.
and phones and shit went
the
off?
national emergency?
Yeah, let's all get our fucking aluminum foil shower curtains out
I know.
right now. But nonetheless, it's something to think about.
And not stealing anything from Failure to Stop or Eric Tansey, but yeah, World War III is coming.
I didn't fucking
It's
steal
fucking
that.
happening.
I'm in. Put me in, coach. Just tell me which one to
What
hit.
are you gonna do? You sit in a bar and drink beer?
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
You'd kill it then.
No, we got to make sure nobody takes our fucking nutrition.
You would absolutely kill it.
We got to stay hydrated.
You would be the bar czar, is what
I-
we would call you, the bar czar.
I may go get my guns that were stolen from me years ago, and a lot of ammo come up here and protect the stockpiles of humanities. Jesus. As long as college football is on, we're good. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the apocalypse, and Godspeed.
So that was a lot. That was a lot to unpack. And
yeah,
probably one of my favorite ones because we all argued together against each other.
I am. I'm in. I say I'm going to get a flotilla together down the Ohio River. Anybody in? Let me know. I've got one of those little raft things. We can
Rob,
tie
you
off
get-
some stuff.
One of you two, are you gonna do an ad read or are we just gonna zone this out?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Well, I'll do one. Rob, can you hand me that banner right over there?
I can't get up, Dan. I get yelled at.
All right, here we go.
I get yelled at.
I get yelled at when I get up, Dan.
Let's talk about Corporate Graphics. Corporate Graphics for all your signage needs, all
You
your
got it.
business. And Corporate Graphics has been helping us out. You see this banner over here and that one over here, and then this is a little preview of what we're going to have on Monday night for our big breast cancer. Look at that.
You know what? That's the best this podcast look when it's covering his
about
face, wasn't it?
There you go. So you need banners, you need signs, you need anything for your business, a party, anything. If you can make them, I've seen banners that he's made.
You keep crumpling that thing up. We're going to need another one.
We got 4 of them. We'll be fine.
Jesus.
But I've seen banners that he's made for someone's having a 50th wedding anniversary or a 90th birthday or something like that. You send them a bunch of pictures, they put them on the banner. It looks awesome. So Corporate Graphics, you can follow them on Twitter, on Facebook, corporategraphics.com. You've seen his work at Paycor Stadium, where you got the soccer team in playoffs
No, that's
now.
TQL. Paycor is Bengals.
Paycor's Bengals.
Are you sure you were working today?
But his work has been at Paycor. It's been at TQL, where the playoffs are going to go on with the soccer team.
Football.
You see all over the place. So Corporate Graphics, enhancing your success. And he's been a great sponsor of the show.
Yes, he has. Love you, Randy.
And we think, no, it's Randy, not Andy.
He said Randy.
I said
Okay.
Randy. Jesus
Sounded
Christ.
like Andy.
You old deaf motherfucker. He said Randy.
Randy, apparently you guys have your Christmas party a little bit fucking too early. Holy shit.
He's out of town right now anyways.
Oh, so the cat's away. The mouse will play at work, huh? Speaking of another great sponsor and one that is going to be here with a shit ton of merchandise on Monday, our friends at Engraved in USA. They've been in business over 25 years, engraving your business awards, promotional items, employee and customer items, brewery, drinkware, golf outing accessories, promotional items, recognition items, anything you need. If you are a small or global company, they are the team that can design and produce quality items to enhance your business. Call the team of Tanya, Tammy, Tim, or Rich at 513-682-2557 and say, bless us all 100% to get the
There it
best personal touch from our friends at Engraved in USA. And I cannot wait to see them on Monday.
I'm excited for the things that they're bringing, but also I'm going to throw, it's not a sponsor, but our buddy Timmy
Yes.
Sunderhouse from Flight Outfitters.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Had made these hats, pink hats, and then he made some fleeces and stuff. And we've actually had some
a lot of feedback.
inquiries.
I'll be rocking mine on Monday.
So
Beautiful stuff.
we're gonna get a link. We're gonna figure that part out. He just wants to kind of be under the radar, but we're not gonna let him.
We can put any link we want on our Facebook or our website.
But we're gonna get a link out to all of this stuff. But we're getting a lot of good stuff.
That shit that he brought, what was that, Tuesday night when you were singing with the naked fireman? Those fleeces were great. I don't even know what material it was, but I got so much positive feedback. Everybody wanted it.
Yep.
And when you feel these things or see them, they are so comfortable. I actually asked him if he could try to find a fucking onesie, like with footies and shit. You wouldn't even need a fucking blanket this winter. You could just crawl in that goddamn thing and lay on the couch.
You look
outright.
like you typically look like you're in a onesie all the time anyway.
It's so fucking comfortable. I mean, it's like petting Dan's head. It's so soft. It is. It's very soft.
No, we got a lot of good shit coming out, and I know in the beginning of the podcast, we'll get a link up so that way anybody that wants to purchase something, and
We sure will. Stay away or stay.
especially for the breast cancer stuff and everything else.
Please donate. Please give money. We're gonna try to get some shit taken care of this weekend, but nonetheless,
We'll put those links up
we'll
on Monday as well.
Yep.
To donate to the team, a couple of teams that we're supporting and everything else. But
yeah, I didn't know it was competitive.
well, I didn't know either.
Jesus.
I had no idea.
Didn't know we were trying to do something nice and
It's competitive. Well, that's what happens when you take the reins.
well, fuck you. It sounded like a good idea at the time. Shit, there's only one
This is
breast
your-
cancer. There's not multiple breast cancers. Well, there's different.
And for the
varieties.
record, Monday is Rob's baby. I'm just setting all this shit up.
So
and
that
we'll see how it goes.
basically that is the handoff. If it's a shit show, it's Rob's fault.
It's exactly.
And I will take that.
Good job, counselor.
Thank you very much.
I love you, buddy.
Guys, hopefully we're here. It is Take to the Streets.
Day of Rage.
Yes. Is that what it is? Day of Rage?
Day of Islamic Rage, or Day of Hamas Rage, or Terrorist Rage, or whatever you want to fucking call it.
I hope you make it home safe.
Did you
I'll be fine.
Did you happen to look at the Hamas flag? It looks like a fucking Christmas flag or a forestry emblem. I mean, it is weird.
I refused to put it up. It got sent to me, and I refused.
I sent it to
put
Kiefer. He wouldn't put it up. I was like, this looked good on a red mug. I don't even know what it means, but it looks Christmassy. It's green.
Jesus Christ.
So hopefully we're all here. And nobody gets blown up.
By the way, the United Nations is now trying to raise $294 million
Oh, that's it.
for Gaza and the West Bank.
That's like walking around money for a fucking New Yorker, baby.
It's ridiculous.
So-
290 million. Who gives a fuck? We
So-
get billions.
To go to our listeners, please do us a favor. Subscribe. Tell somebody to subscribe to the channel. Rate and review on the audio, whatever platform you choose. Leave a review. Hit the like button, please. We're slowly gaining traction, so and we appreciate everybody that tunes into this bullshit. But it's fun.
It's informative, and you're gonna make some money. You're gonna make $935 on a $20 bet this weekend if you follow my advice.
This might be one of my favorite ones because we all fucking argued.
And
against
secondly,
each other.
you know what the best thing is too? We're sending Dan out of country, and third, in honor of the sacrifices of all, he has agreed to be sadomasochistic and maybe manscape on here because we don't know if Dan. You manscape, buddy?